will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
Hi Seema, hi Syria, how are you?
Hi, everything's great. How are you?
Wonderful. So, what do we have featured question today? Syria, let's start with you.
Absolutely. So, our first feature question says, I'm a fellow of the British Computer Society, hold 6 patents, and have a leadership role and earn $50,000 salary. How did I still get a notice of intent to deny on my EP1A? What else defines extraordinary ability if not this?
Wonderful. I think we are confusing here what constitutes extraordinary ability
Mhm.
versus what constitutes a professional or a corporate success. So, without getting too philosophical, and let's get to more basic here. So, you are a
Mhm.
fellow of a British Computer Society. Very good. So, the whole thing from a EB1A perspective is that what exactly you have done after for getting this prestigious membership. Number one, and what did you do based on this? That's number two. Okay, you hold 6 patents in what, and what has been the application of those patents? What has been the impact of those patents? I mean
Mhm.
that is something. If it is not evident, you don't give evidences, you don't get EB1A. Okay, the patents may hold a very strategic value for your company. Sometimes it's not necessary that you may go for a patent because the company just wants to protect an intellectual property. Maybe it's a but whether it has an impact outside the company on the lives of people, that is something which is very different. And earn 50,000. I assume it's 50,000 per month, so it is over a $600,000 salary, which is very good. But how is are you getting it in form of what are the various structure of this salary, and have you linked it? And the most important thing is that have you linked it to your expertise? So I don't see that even your expertise emerging out from this particular aspect here. So why did I get annoyed? I mean, fundamentally, you would get annoyed when your basic criteria have got approved, which I think should have happened because of your fellowship, because of your patents, because of your income, and I assume there would have been a critical role also wherever you are working. But I don't see a reason how fundamentally you get your EB1A not because you're fulfilling the criteria, but basically because of only three things: that you are an expert, your expertise is beneficial to the United States, and last but not the least is it will have a continuity impact actually. So I see that missing in this particular question actually. So if you are able to articulate it, then but yes, I think this noid can be dealt with nicely if presented in an optimal manner. If you want more detailed help from us, we have had a lot of people in this scenario, so we'll be more than happy to help you. If you reach out to Seema, Syria, or Mario, our other director of admission, so we'll try to help you out. So that would be my response to this. So Seema, what's the next question?
Ranjit, the next question is, I am a contractor on an H-1B visa, earning $150,000 annually in software engineering. With a master's degree in the computer science, I have no major awards, publication, or media features. Can I still qualify for EB1A? And what exactly am I missing that USCIS defines as an extraordinary ability?
Okay. Let's go a little again to the root here. That extraordinary ability is defined as a particular, you are one of the top persons in your field of endeavor. It's like no matter what your expertise is, you have reached to the top. Merely with saying that you are a software engineering may not be the right way to do. What's the way you have defined your expertise also matters. For example, we have had people who were software engineers or somebody called software performance tester. Then you need to go a little more granular into it, at what impact that you have created in what kind of an industry. So it should be software engineering would be mean anything. You can be an IT expert, even, are you comparing yourself with Bill Gates or the likes of Steve Jobs? Then actually, I mean, that's the whole idea here, that can you be more granular? So let's say, for example, if somebody were expert in cryptocurrency for a particular set of industry, particular type of, or a blockchain technology, so you need to get more granular. When you say your investment in particular stocks, strategies that you have devised. So there will be something. So this looks very dry to me actually here. I mean, little more. It's not, doesn't sound very impactful to me. Your qualifications, I'm just reading it line by line. Your master's in computer science. Computer science would not state it. It would just say that you have gained certain knowledge. It does not speak about your progressive experience or the impact that you have created actually here. So that's one thing. You need not have any major awards, publications, or media features. As I mentioned to you that I have always been saying that there is a marked difference. In my previous response also, I mentioned that there is a marked difference between what constitutes a professional or a corporate success and the extraordinary ability. And then, of course, we have another exceptional ability, which is again more based on your knowledge and progressive experience. But the moment you add an impact of that, then things are different. I am also not seeing here, another aspect here is that how many years of experience you have. There is a marked difference. If you have just 2 years of experience, then I think the whole response would be very different. Let's say you tell us that you have 15 years of experience, then definitely it would imply that even if you're drawing 150K and if you have 10 years of experience, it means that even if you take a present value of your past salary and bring it down to present value and add up all of them together, definitely in totality you would have earned $1 million in your entire professional career. It means that somebody who pays you money, any X dollar, would expect a return of 20 to 25X. It means that you have already created an impact of $2.5 million. So if it is $2.5 million, what exactly have you done to give that impact? Because otherwise nobody would have paid you at the first place. And if you're an H1B, then it's a specialty occupation. We just need to go more granular, define your right expertise. That's our done process. Then see what is missing in this in terms of putting the right criteria. Then third is identifying the gaps, and then talk about application for kind of. So this information, while the question is very intense and very good and noble, I would say that, but it doesn't have a sufficient data points for us to qualify us to give you a very incisive guidance on what you need to do. Because number of years of experience is not there. If it is less than 5 years, let's say that, then we would say that better focus on your job, grow, kind of learn new skills, learn knowledge, take some more additional qualification, focus on the impact of the work that you are doing. So that's what I would like to say that. So that's it. So let's go to the next question, Syria.
Absolutely. Our next question is a little bit longer, but it's a Fisher profile. It says, opinions for EB1A eligibility, please. I would like to hear voices from different people, especially experienced one, regarding my eligibility for EB1A. Background info. MA distinction and PhD in applied linguistics, non-STEAM, unfortunately, from UK universities. K-12 teaching experience in 6 years and 3 years academic work experience, lecturer and assistant professor. Currently a postdoctoral researcher in European University.
That's it. Let's not go into criteria. Now,
Okay.
let us stop here. You know, we are talking about opinion on the person has used the word for himself or herself, unfortunately. I mean, first of all, when it comes to EB1A, let's be honest about the truth here that you don't have to go for any kind of qualifications or something like this. In that sense, anybody, we have seen artists, businessmen, sciences, athletics, education, you would definitely come a very specific category for education. In this particular case, you might like to do that, and PhD in applied linguistics. So you are already a professor, you are teaching. What has been the impact of your teaching? What are the new teaching methodologies that you have used? Teaching can be positioned as one of the wonderful things. US is always shortage of good teachers in every possible field. So this could be a national interest case, can be beautifully made up in this particular case here. So I think it's not about eligibility. So we need more, as I said, as I responded in the previous question. Number one is your expertise, benefit to the US, and that you will continue. So these are the three things I think, and why you want EB1A is something that is going to kind of give a good impact here, particular thing. So I would say that we need to get more granular. I'm also seeing some criteria have been mentioned in the question here in terms of award. The seal of excellence from European Commission looks good to me. Selective membership of UK higher education jury, which can guess possibly go into as a judging criteria. Scientific publication, 8 articles, sole author. I mean, I think there is a very beautiful case that can be built up. But yes, intensely, I think you have to understand that you don't get EB1A because you have fulfilled the criteria. We have seen people who even get 8 criteria approved, 5 criteria approved, yet get rejected. Criteria are only lens to look at your profile. And finally, the convergence is like, just visually, just imagine that there is a, as a child, we used to play with a magnifying glass, putting it under the sun, and put a paper down there, and it used to get burned. So you have to look at those criteria as just being that magnifying glass. They just help you to magnify and put them into a specific category. But there are people, I can promise you guys, I mean, there are cases which I have studied over, after having studied over 1,000 cases, after meeting at least 100 achievers, 50 are from our own program. I've definitely seen that in fact, there are cases where you need not even fulfill the criteria, yet you can qualify for EB1A. So because you would have achieved because there might have been a good impact that you would have created. So, and the person has also, I think, mentioned about expert opinion letters and postgraduate certificates. Certificates may not, it just establishes that you have good qualifications. That's all I would like to say here. But it's indeed a good profile, but don't call yourself like unfortunately something. It's not, EB1A is not restricted only for STEM. We have seen people from finance. In fact, I come from a finance field, and there have been a lot of other wonderful people from the program who got this actually. So that's what I would like to say. So Seema, what's the next question?
Ranjit, next question is, how much time should I realistically expect to invest each week if I'm serious about building an EB1A worthy profile through your program at the next league?
I mean, honestly speaking, there is no head and tail in this question actually, because you don't even know what experience you have. I again go back. If you're starting from the scratch, you see, normally, I mean, if you want a rule of thumb, because we are talking about becoming extraordinary, and we don't know what experience you have, what qualifications you have, what is your field of endeavor. If you tell me that you are a rocket scientist right now, which is in need, I mean, then I think you are already there. If you have already worked with, I had someone known to me actually reached out to me. He was working with CERN and was involved in discovery of something called as God's particle. I mean, if you have done that work, then already your work speaks for itself. The idea behind the program is not to just make you fit into EB1A. The idea is to make you extraordinary in your own right, put you on a success path where EB1A becomes a milestone. So if you are, I mean, there are 3 dimensions of success for your EB1A. The first is your expertise. That's a fundamental thing. And let me go a little granular into this. So you need to truly be an expert in your field. If you're not an expert, don't forget about EB1A right now. Just focus on your expertise, sharpen your skills, sharpen your saw in your own field. If you're a data scientist, learn about data science. If you are in finance, learn about finance. Learn things first. Learn books. Go back. What I had done, I still remember I was in finance, but I was already a CEO for Financial Planning Standards Board. There are a lot of people who are there. I tell them, again, go back to your books from universities and learn them. I did the same. Unless you are not doing, you are not. Second dimension is understanding about EB1A. The whole jurisprudence, why criteria, what does US want, what is the genesis of EB1A, what is the need for EB1A for USCIS. I mean, that's the understanding the entire EB1A from the legal perspective. And the last dimension is understanding about how to present yourself, how to draft expert opinion letters, how to work with attorneys, how to talk to attorneys, how to talk to your referees. Once better you understanding, better it will be. This program will not teach you your expertise. Please understand that. Assuming that you are an expert, it will tell you to position the sharpening of your expertise that will resonate with USCIS. That's what this program will tell you. So just to give you a deeper illustration, I mean, let's say, for example, if you are a Nobel laureate, then your expertise is 10 out of 10. Then let's take this 3 axes, expertise, immigration jurisprudence, and the last is learning how to present yourself. Let us take this as X, Y, and Z. So if you are a Nobel laureate, you are 10 out of 10 in expertise. Then your understanding about EB1A can be just 1 out of 10. You don't need the program, obviously. And definitely the last dimension is in terms of learning to present yourself. You just, even if you write a handwritten letter, fill up I-140 form, most likely you will get your EB1A with a noble. So your coordinates are 10-1-1. But let us say lesser mortal like us, in that case, your expertise has to be at least 8, if not more. So your expertise is 8, your understanding also has to be 8. So this program will give you that understanding. And this program will also give you an understanding on how to present yourself. So the coordinates are 8, 8, 8. So there is a sweet spot between 10-1-1 and 8-8-8. This program will exactly tell you what to do, how to do, when to do, and how to kind of achieve it. So this you will see a light at the end of the tunnel. Without the program, if somebody is trying EB1A, they may still get it. So we have had people, out of all our 47 achievers, 25 would have never seen the light. They would have never known that they can become. Some of them would have taken a longer time. So this program will help you to kind of position yourself in a way where you can see what you exactly need to do to get your EB1A. So in terms of time, we don't know your experience. We don't know anything about you. You don't even know your expertise. So I think I have taken a longer time to respond to this question, but this is important for people to know this. Okay. So let's take the last. Yeah. Yes, Seema, you're saying something?
I was saying thank you, Ranjeet.
Wonderful. So let's take the last question for the day today.
Sure.
Definitely. I really like this question. It says, what are some common mistakes applicants make when trying to assess or prepare their EB1A profiles without guidance?
I mean, I don't want to say that this program is the only way to get your EB1A. I mean, that's not the kind of pitch that we'd like to make. It is just that we need support. We are there to help and guide everybody. It's some people do it and have successfully achieved their EB1A. I think it's a great way. The question is not about without guidance. The question is without preparation. I mean, I think the question I would like to put it in that manner. It's without preparation because you don't read anything, you don't understand anything, you just apply. I mean, thinking that, I think there are a lot of myths about it. The first is many people get into believing that it is only for PhDs or people who are in sciences. As you saw that one person wrote a question today saying that, oh, unfortunately, I'm not in STEM. That's not the idea behind EB1A. Then they would have made it only for STEM if that were the intention of the Congress. The second is people assume, you see, the way we have been trained or the way we have grown up in our life is that, success means good money, good car, good house. I mean, that's the way you are earning well. After Industrial Revolution, the entire education system has been geared up towards this. So I think what we need to understand here that for EB1A, it is not about you here. I mean, that's the foremost mistake people do. It's about what you have, legacy that you are leaving behind, and what is the impact of your work. There is a certain time there will be crossover. It will cross. There are some common intersections where the corporate success, part of the corporate success can be utilized for your EB1A success. But that's not all, actually. That's not all. There is a lot deeper here that, okay, I mean, I always tell my students to ask themselves a question, ask yourself a question that, okay, fine, how would the world look like even if when you were not born? I mean, that's the way you should look at it. And people commit a mistake that they just try to fit into the criteria and think that USA should give them. I think the best way to visualize is that, okay, you're standing in front of President Trump and telling him that, okay, look, I'm, Seema, I'm Syria, give me EB1A green card. But you can say this only by, you cannot say, because I fit into this criteria, because I have a high salary. You have to say, the pitch will be like, this is my expertise, this is what I can do the US, and this is what the US will benefit out of me. And that's the way, that's the pitch. I think that's a mistake 99% of the people who do it without preparation. And I mean, if somebody is interested to seek support, we are happy to help. Please reach out to Seema, Syria, Mario, or I. If there are more questions, please let us know. We'll be happy to help you. So that's all I have today. And thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any further questions or need personalized guidance, please reach out to us. We are here to help you every step of the way in your journey towards achieving your American dream. Let's connect and make it happen together.